That gave me like I was watching 2015 Kirk Cousins, Washington Redskins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Kirk Cousins, man. That boy came back and got them birds up out of there, Slim. Ah. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. This ain't a Commanders video, technically. I mean, technically it is, technically it's not. So we ain't gonna roll the laggy intro because I gotta figure out what's going on with the intro. But I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? When the Eagles did not convert or whatever, Saquon Barkley dropped the pass and the Falcons got the ball back, I literally said to myself, Kirk about to do some Kirk-ish. And y'all know what I'm talking about as Washington fans. I felt like Kirk Cousins was about to turn the ball over. He was on a game-winning drive. They showed his game-winning stats. And on that drive, I felt like he was about to throw a pick. I did not think he was about to do what Kirk Cousins did time and time again. He got out there throwing darts. That's the best I done seen Kirk Cousins look all year. And yeah, it only been 2 weeks. But that's the best I done seen him look in 2 weeks. And maybe it's because it wasn't that much pressure. Maybe it's because the defensive coordinator for the Eagles wants to play soft coverage throughout the whole goddamn field and allow the Falcons to get down the field in 3 plays. Hey, look, that ain't got nothing to do with us. But guess what, Commanders fans? Celebrate. We're in first place. And I don't care if it's for 1 week. I don't care if we're 1-1. Shoot, I don't care because next week I know where I expect to get blown out by Cincinnati. So celebrate this for this 1 week. But let me tell you why I'm okay with losing to Cincinnati. Do I want to win? You dang right I want to win. But I don't expect it. I expect to get obliterated on Monday night next week. But with this Eagles loss, in a sense, we're playing with house money. We're playing with house money because we got a division win. Okay? So we're 1-1, just like everybody besides the Giants. But the thing that gives our 1-1 a little bit of breathing room is because it is a division win. The Eagles won over the Packers. The Cowboys won over the Browns. And they both lost this week. We're the only team to win this week. And we're 1-1 at the top of the division. So if we go into Cincinnati next week and we lose, we get blown out, whatever the big case may be, we're 1-2. But our 1-2 isn't as detrimental as anybody else's 1-2 because that division win kind of counts as 1.5, maybe 2 wins. So regardless of the outcome of next Sunday's slate, let's say the Eagles and the Cowboys both bounce back. They're 2-2. Say we lose next week versus the Bengals, we're 1-2. But then going into the following Sunday versus the Cardinals, say we somehow find a win. We're down back 2-2, and we could potentially be in first place depending on how that slate goes. I know it may sound a little bit confusing, but all I'm trying to say is this couldn't have happened at a better time because in a game where I feel like we're about to lose next week, we're not out of it if we lose. Like, we're not because that division win matters so much, man. I can't believe Kirk Cousins then did it. I'm proud of Kirko, man. He really did it. Pulled off a comeback and ain't turned over the ball. As far as the Eagles go, man, real honest with you, that last drive did not have to go down like that. Even with Kirk Cousins going down the field and scoring a touchdown, and let me say this before. Drake London, come on, man. Come on, my guy. Come on. You score a great touchdown. And you trying to be a YN and shoot a gun in the air and do all this and all that. You not a YN, bro. Celebrate, but you had the audacity to do that and then do it in front of the refs and then do like this when you throw a flag. Bro, you doing this with a gun in the air and you don't think you ain't going to throw a flag? So that backed the Falcons up to the 48-yard line and my man, Young Ho Koo, bangs it home. Because I'm going to be real with you before I get back to the Eagles and how they lost and how that last drive went down. If Young Wei Koo does not hit that field goal and they're tied up and it goes into overtime, they lost. The Falcons lost. Because that is literally their only chance to win, in my opinion. Because then the momentum switched, the crowd's back in it, the Eagles at home, and all that and all this. You really shouldn't even been there in the first place, because if Saquon Barkley catches the ball, the game's really over. So Younghoe Koo was your last hope, and he bangs it home. Even though it was a 48-yard attempt, and Drake London made that as harder than it had to be. So now back to the Eagles, right? Because even with the Saquon drop, and even with the Falcons scoring a touchdown, they still had a chance to score. It was like 34 seconds left with 2 timeouts, and they still had a chance to score. And you know what they did? Put it in the hands of Jalen Hurts. Okay, boom. Nice completion, right? You 15 yards out. Joe Buck says Jake Elliott's longest field goal in his career is 61 yards. They only need about 15, Troy. 15 more yards in his range. They had a timeout in their back pocket. You know what all they had to do? Throw a slant, throw a drag, something that even could have been in the middle of the field for maybe another 5 yards. And you could either hurry up or burn that last timeout. And after getting another 5 yards, you probably get another 5 or 10, maybe towards the sideline, because I'm pretty sure the Falcons would have been playing soft. And you would have at least gave your kicker an opportunity to kick it, whether it's from 60, 61, 62, 63, 50, whatever. You would at least get your guy an opportunity. But Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts doesn't even give his team an opportunity because he throws a pick. He throws a pick. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes. Not only did we beat the Giants, not only did the Cowboys get obliterated on versus the Saints, but the Eagles lose on Monday Night Football. Which means your Commanders, I don't care if it's only for 1 week, and I don't care that it's only week 2. We're in first place. Soak it in. Because this may be the only time that we're in first place. Or maybe the division could be on a downward spiral this year, and we could come up and be the team that bites everyone and tell them that we're here. Who knows? Because, honestly speaking, even though the Eagles don't look as good as they do offensively, and although the defense couldn't come up with a late game stop, I still think the Eagles are going to figure it out at some point because they're just that talented. They didn't have no A.J. Brown tonight, so obviously that's not going to be a season-ending injury. So I think the Eagles can bounce back. They got the Saints next week at home, and we've seen what the Saints have done to both the Panthers and the Cowboys. The way this offense is looking for the Eagles, they could be in some trouble. Because the defense being able to get pressure on Jalen Hurts is going to affect him. The Saints defense has been crazy. With the ability that Alvin Kamara's been running the ball and Derek Carr's been playing out of his mind, if they continue that, they could be in some trouble. So I'm not going to lie to you. The Eagles have the Saints, Bucks, Browns coming up, and the Giants. I do think they're going to get it figured out. I think after the Saints game, they potentially could lose. I could definitely see them winning that game. But they could potentially lose that game, so they fall to 1-2 potentially. And I think they beat the Bucks, beat the Browns, and beat the Giants to get back on track. So that's 3 in a row. So you can look back up after starting 1-2. You could be 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. So I don't think I don't think the Eagles season is quite over. Obviously, it's still early. I do think they're still going to be maybe a wild card or a potential division winner. But, man, the way their season has started has been is crazy because they really should have lost to the Packers, if we've been honest. But they didn't. And then they lost to the Falcons at home. So before they get kind of a stretch that they can handle, because the Bucks is the team that's feisty too. They're 2-0 right now, but I don't really know if I think the Eagles could take them. They could get back on track this weekend versus the Saints maybe, but in all actuality, the Saints have been playing out their mind. So they could be in some trouble and fall to 1-2 before fixing things. But again, more to the story, I don't think their season's done. This is about the Commanders, man. This is about us. We're in first place for just this 1 week. So celebrate, enjoy it, because, again, this may be the only week that we're in first place. Or maybe this is the start of something new. Maybe we shock everybody and we somehow beat the Bengals. I don't see it. I think we're getting blown out on Monday. But it's a wait and see, because you never know. Alrighty, y'all. It's your man, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hills to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers. We're in first place of the division right now. We're 1-1 at the top of the NFC East. Let me know how you guys are feeling about it down below. Enjoy and celebrate. See y'all later. Peace.